Imagine having the ability to understand anyone's personality, talents, strengths, and weaknesses within moments of meeting them. Imagine knowing exactly how to approach different people, what motivates them, what they fear, and how they make decisions, all based on observable physical characteristics. This isn't mind reading or psychic ability, but a systematic approach to human analysis first popularized in the early 20th century by Elsie Lincoln Benedict in her groundbreaking work, How to Analyze People on Sight. While some of Benedict's specific claims have been challenged by modern science, the core concept remains fascinating. Our physical bodies often reflect our inner nature, and understanding these connections can provide valuable insights into human behavior. Benedict developed what she called human analysis, dividing all people into 5 distinct types, each with characteristic physical features, personality traits, strengths, and weaknesses. Benedict's system classifies everyone as primarily one of these 5 types, though most people are blends with 1 or 2 types predominating. The Alimentive type, the enjoyer. Physical characteristics: round body, short limbs, large head, full face, double chin, short neck, large torso, small hands and feet relative to body size, smooth and soft skin, tendency toward plumpness even in youth. Personality traits: friendly, sociable, pleasure-loving, comfortable with people, easygoing, tolerant, conventional, fond of food and luxury, averse to physical exertion, prefers stability over change, and values comfort above all. Strengths: natural diplomacy, gets along with nearly everyone, optimistic outlook, excellent mediator, rarely holds grudges, dependable, consistent, and skilled at creating harmonious environments. Weaknesses: may avoid necessary conflict, can be overly concerned with others' opinions, tends toward physical laziness, may overindulge in food or other pleasures, sometimes struggles with self-discipline, and may sacrifice long-term goals for immediate comfort. Famous examples Benedict would identify: William Howard Taft, Oliver Hardy, and Queen Victoria. How to interact with Alimentives: be friendly and non-confrontational, avoid rushing them, provide comfortable surroundings, don't push radical changes, appeal to their desire for harmony and pleasure, and understand their aversion to physical strain or discomfort. The Thoracic type, the Doer. Physical characteristics: medium built, wider shoulders than hips, moderate weight, prominent chest, energetic movement, quick reactions, flushed complexion, bright eyes, medium-high forehead, triangular face that narrows at chin, and thinner neck. Personality traits: energetic, enthusiastic, action-oriented, expressive, quick-thinking, adventurous, variety-seeking, creative, socially confident, emotional, dramatic, risk-taking, and always on the move. Strengths: exceptional energy, thrives under pressure, adaptable to change, persuasive communicator, natural entertainer, innovative problem solver, and the ability to inspire others through charisma. Weaknesses: may become bored with routine, can be impulsive, sometimes scatters energy across too many projects, may speak without thinking, tends toward emotional volatility, and can be impatient with methodical processes. Famous examples Benedict would identify: Theodore Roosevelt, Douglas Fairbanks, and Sarah Bernhardt. How to interact with Thoracics: keep the pace moving, offer variety and new experiences, allow them freedom of expression, avoid confining them with too many rules, appreciate their enthusiasm, provide opportunities for social recognition, and understand their need for action. The Muscular type, the worker. Physical characteristics: square, solid body structure, prominent muscles, rectangular face, strong jaw, broad shoulders, thick neck, large square hands, density to the body, medium height with sturdy build, and deliberate movements. Personality traits: practical, straightforward, hardworking, reliable, action-oriented, blunt, no-nonsense attitude, values functionality over appearance, prefers concrete to abstract, maintains emotional steadiness, and focuses on tangible results. Strengths: exceptional endurance, follows through on commitments, excels at practical problem-solving, maintains emotional equilibrium under pressure, approaches challenges methodically, and possesses natural mechanical aptitude. Weaknesses: may be overly blunt, sometimes insensitive to others' feelings, can be stubborn about changing methods, may dismiss theoretical or artistic pursuits, sometimes struggles with verbal expression of emotions, and can be impatient with what they perceive as inefficiency. Famous examples Benedict would identify: Abraham Lincoln, Charlie Chaplin, and Jack Dempsey. How to interact with musculars: be direct and straightforward, avoid excessive small talk, demonstrate practical applications, respect their time, provide clear instructions, offer tangible rather than abstract rewards, and appreciate their reliability without excessive emotional displays. The mental type, the thinker. Physical characteristics: prominent forehead, large brain relative to body size, delicate or slight build, thin face, finely drawn features, small chin, narrow shoulders, minimal physical bulk, head-forward posture, long fingers, and subdued physical movements. Personality traits: intellectually focused, analytical, thoughtful, introspective, detail-oriented, curious, imaginative, values precision and accuracy, prefers solitude for thinking, deliberate in decision-making, and prioritizes mental activities over physical ones. Strengths: deep thinking capacity, exceptional focus on complex problems, original ideas, meticulous attention to detail, strong memory for facts, ability to see patterns others miss, and natural inclination towards specialization. Weaknesses: may overthink decisions, can become detached from practical realities, sometimes lacks physical vitality, may struggle with social skills, can become lost in abstractions, and might neglect physical needs while pursuing mental activities. Famous examples Benedict would identify: Woodrow Wilson, John D. Rockefeller, and Edgar Allan Poe. How to interact with mentals: respect their need for solitude, engage them intellectually, provide detailed information, avoid pushing for quick decisions, understand their preference for written over verbal communication, appreciate their depth of knowledge, and recognize their discomfort with emotional displays. The Osseous type, the stayer. Physical characteristics: prominent bones, especially in face and hands, angular features, knobby joints, large feet and hands for their body size, long limbs, rigid posture, slim build but not delicate, high cheekbones, and a tendency toward boniness regardless of weight. Personality traits: systematic, persistent, consistent, conservative, tradition-oriented, routine-loving, determined, independent, resistant to change, prefers solitude or small groups, economical, and stubborn in convictions. Strengths: unmatched persistence, exceptional reliability, self-sufficient, principled, disciplined approach to tasks, strong willpower, ability to work alone for extended periods, and faithfulness to commitments. Weaknesses: can be inflexible about methods or opinions, may resist beneficial changes, sometimes comes across as rigid or cold, may have difficulty adapting to unexpected situations, and can be overly frugal or minimalistic. Famous examples Benedict would identify: Abraham Lincoln, a muscular osseous blend, Calvin Coolidge, and Susan B. Anthony. How to interact with osseous types: respect their established routines, avoid pushing for quick changes, recognize their need for independence, provide advance notice of changes, be punctual and reliable in your own behavior, respect their boundaries, and understand their preference for proven methods. Practical applications of Benedict's system. While modern psychology has moved away from such rigid classification systems, There remains value in understanding these archetypes as general frameworks that can provide insights into different personality patterns. Consider how this understanding might be applied in various contexts. In relationships, understanding your partner's natural tendencies can reduce conflict and increase appreciation. For example, an Alimentive's love of comfort and pleasure isn't laziness, but their natural orientation. A Mental's need for solitude isn't rejection, but necessary recharging. When we understand these differences as natural variations rather than flaws, we develop greater tolerance and can adapt our expectations accordingly. In parenting, children show these physical and behavioral patterns early. Recognizing your child's natural type helps you support their strengths while compassionately addressing challenges. A thoracic child needs plenty of physical activity and variety. A mental child needs quiet time for thinking and reading. Working with rather than against these natural tendencies makes parenting more effective and less frustrating. In professional settings, different roles suit different types. Thoracics excel in environments requiring adaptability and enthusiasm. Osseous types thrive in positions demanding persistence and precision. Musculars make excellent builders, engineers, and surgeons. Mentals excel as researchers, strategists, and specialists. Alimentives often succeed in diplomatic roles, customer service, and positions requiring social harmony. In sales and influence, tailor your approach to each type. Alimentives respond to friendly, low-pressure approaches emphasizing comfort and pleasure. Thoracics appreciate enthusiasm and novelty. Musculars want practical benefits explained straightforwardly. Mentals need detailed information and logical arguments. Osseous types prefer traditional, proven options presented without pressure. In self-understanding, recognizing your own primary type helps you leverage your natural strengths while developing strategies for your inherent challenges. For example, thoracics might create systems to follow through on their many ideas. Mentals might schedule regular physical activity to balance their intellectual focus. From a contemporary viewpoint, Benedict's system oversimplifies human complexity and lacks scientific validation by modern standards. Human personality arises from a complex interplay of genetics, environment, culture, and experience that cannot be reduced to physical characteristics alone. Additionally, body types change throughout life due to factors unrelated to personality. Diet, exercise, medical conditions, and aging all alter physical appearance without necessarily changing personality. However, Benedict's work does contain kernels of insight that align with more scientifically validated approaches. Her 5 types show some correspondence with modern personality systems like the Big Five traits and temperament theory. The observation that physical energy levels, high in thoracics, moderate in musculars, lower in mentals, affect behavior patterns remains valid. The recognition that people have different natural approaches to life that should be respected rather than forced into a single ideal parallels modern appreciation for neurodiversity and personality differences. The practical emphasis on adapting communication and expectations to different personality types remains valuable in contemporary psychology. The enduring appeal of how to analyze people on sight lies not in its scientific accuracy, but in its attempt to systematize something we all intuitively recognize, that people differ fundamentally in their approaches to life, and these differences manifest in observable patterns. While we shouldn't judge someone's entire character based solely on physical characteristics, developing sensitivity to different personality patterns can enhance our understanding of human behavior. The real value of Benedict's work today is as a starting point for appreciating human diversity, recognizing that our differences in temperament are natural variations rather than flaws to be corrected. In a world increasingly appreciating neurodiversity and different cognitive styles, Benedict's core message remains relevant. Understand people as they are naturally designed to be, adapt your approach accordingly, and appreciate the unique strengths each type brings to the human experience. So the next time you meet someone new, you might find yourself noticing whether they display the energetic movements of the thoracic, the practical solidity of the muscular, the intellectual focus of the mental, the comfortable sociability of the alimentive, or the consistent reliability of the osseous. Not to put them in a box, but to better understand their natural way of being in the world, and perhaps connect with them more effectively as a result.